Hello and welcome to the BTM Club Kitchen. Today I am resurrecting that old retro dish from the 70s and 80s, surf and turf. That's right, a mixture of seafood and meat, basically something from the sea and something that grazes on grass. And here we have big fat king prawns and a rump steak that I have prepared a peppered crust for. It's quite thick, as you can see, and I decided to cut it in half so it's slightly thinner. There we go. And being that this will be quite heavy, I am just going to serve it with a salad, sugar snaps, baby spinach leaves, and vine tomatoes. So that's it. Very, very light. And of course, we can prepare the shrimp however we like. So I'm thinking breadcrumbs, batter, not quite sure, or griddle pan. That will be decided. Right, as you can see, that pan is nice and hot and smoking, and in goes this rump steak. So that's just going to sizzle away in its own time, doing what it needs to do. Nice hot pan, very important. And as I said, not too much oil because the steak has its own oil in it, and it will be just fine. It will look after itself. Now there's that steak turned nice and crispy char grilled. You get that nice smoky flavor. It's still got a bit of cooking to do, not much more, because you don't want it to turn to elastic, but just needs to brown and crisp on the other side. There you go. There is that beautiful rump, peppered crust, and my nice crispy caramelized bits on there. You know they are mine. See how that fat there has just crisped up beautifully. So that's it. Pepper crusted rump steak in the griddle pan. Right, now just look at these king prawns. They are absolutely divine. Look at them, huge. And they are just on this towel drying out so that whatever I decide to do with them, they are nicely prepared. So these beautiful king prawns, and as I said, this will just be served with a simple salad of sugar snaps, baby spinach, and vine tomatoes. Very light, as the steak and the shrimp will be quite heavy. Okay, so these prawns are going to be in a crispy batter, seasoned flour and water, very simple, and they're going to be deep fried in this and then drained in the oven. And then we are going to put the steak into the griddle pan, which, as I said before, is about putting the oil on the meat or whatever it is you want to put in the griddle pan. You don't put the oil in the griddle pan as such. So, as you can see, drizzled with a little oil, not too greasy because it's got its own fat in it as well. So we just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on there just to start it up, and then it will start to produce its own fat and juices. And these king prawns will go into the batter and a little rapeseed oil. So yes, we've got a lot going on here this evening. Now into this batter go these beautiful king prawns here. That's right, into the batter they go. Let them get coated and lathered in the batter, and then they go into the hot oil and get nice and crispy. Now remember, these don't really need too much cooking. You just need the batter to get nice and golden. You don't need too much cooking with these, or they just turn to rubber. Beautiful king prawn. Look at the size of them. You just know they're going to be delicious. Okay, here are the first batch of those beautiful king prawns. As I said, don't need too much cooking. Just let the batter go golden. As you can see, that's starting to happen already. And they'll be done in no time. Okay, here are the first batch of those beautiful king prawns. And they are going to go into the oven just so that the excess oil drains off and they'll be nice and crispy. The last batch of those beautiful king prawns, cooking nicely. The first batch is in the oven draining, and these will be nice and crispy. And as I said, served with a simple sugar snap salad. There we have it, guys, the end product, my recreation of the 1970s and 80s retro dish, surf and turf, there with those crispy big king prawns, a beautifully peppered steak, rump, nice and tender, and a simple baby spinach, sugar snap, and tomato salad. There we go. Simple.